I searched for comfort and peace in the world through motherhood, through my relationships, like I said, through New Age spirituality, and nothing was quieting my soul because nothing will quiet your soul except for Jesus. And he met me in my wandering and just spoke truth where lies had lived. So I take heart not because living in the world is easy. You're going to experience trials. You're going to experience, fear and anxiety and depression and all these things because we live in this fallen world. But Jesus says, take heart, for I have overcome the world. We get to live in that joy. Hi, I'm Riley Watson. I have always known Jesus, but it wasn't until a year and a half ago that I chose to fully follow him and dedicate my life to him. For many years, all through childhood, grew up going to church camp. I was walking the walk and talking the talk, but I wasn't doing it hand in hand with Jesus. I was baptized at 13, just by means of taking the next step and not really fully knowing what that meant. A year and a half ago, my husband came home and asked for a Bible. I was just very whiplashed by this. I, at the time, was living very much for the world, was very far down the rabbit hole of New Age spirituality. The next day, after this Bible phone call comes about, I run into Ashley at a birthday party that I was not expecting to see her at. And so to see her there is, again, just another one of those little God winks. And I kind of let her know what's going on, and she grabs me and says, I have been praying for you for so long. You have been worshiping creation and not the Creator. And that was just this massive eye-opening moment of like, oh, yeah, I have.
It was just the morning prior to that. That was a Saturday. It was the morning prior to that. I was getting my girls ready for school, and the sunrise was just so beautiful that morning. And we are not morning people, so we usually have all the shades down. And the sunrise was so beautiful. I just pulled up all the shades and I showed my girls. I was like, look at how good God is, and look at the creation that He's given us. And this is why it's so important to worship the creator of this. And because He's the one who made this. And that's not every morning that I do that with my kids at all. But I just happened to think of that the day before. So then I was with Riley and I just said that same thing. I said, I see you really worshiping the created things in this world and not the creator who gave them to you. And she just started crying, and I started crying just seeing her cry. And it was just like this, I could just see her spirit pivot back to Christ.
In June that same year, my husband and I got baptized together, and I got to reestablish my walk with Jesus and get saved and fully know what that meant at this point in my life. I think the biggest gift that God has given me in terms of discernment and always keeping my eyes towards Jesus and just, that drive to keep on keeping on has been community and friendship. Our church has been such a gift.
Walking alone leaves you so susceptible to the enemy, and he's so sneaky. And so the importance of community, I just see so much strength in that, and overcoming the tribulations that are just going to come with life. And our community has night and day impacted the way that we are able to walk closely with Christ and take heart in this world that is so difficult to walk through and raise kids in and maintain a marriage in. And so I just see such a gift in the friendships and the community that God has brought us to strengthen us while we're on this side of heaven.
I searched for comfort and peace in the world through motherhood, through my relationships, like I said, through New Age spirituality, and nothing was quieting my soul because nothing will quiet your soul except for Jesus. And he met me in my wandering and just spoke truth where lies had lived. So I take heart not because living in the world is easy. You're going to experience trials, you're going to experience, fear and anxiety and depression and all these things because we live in this fallen world. But Jesus says, take heart, for I have overcome the world. We get to live in that joy, and it's very blatantly right there. So I am just thankful daily that I get to experience that and walk alongside him through every trial and tribulation. Now I walk through trials with peace and hope that holds firm, and with a Savior who never lets go. I take heart because he took on the cross.